Good morning, and we are in session 109, the Kirtland Temple Dedicatory Prayer. We're in verse 17. Now, as we did yesterday, we added a few quotes from the London Temple Dedicatory Prayer, the 1958 um, Dedicatory Prayer. Today we're going to do some from the 1992 dedicatory prayer. I got to go in the temple as a missionary before they renovated it and updated it, and uh, some of the things that they did was to make it much more efficient, much more to be able to do more in the temple than they had previously. When I went there as a missionary on my way home from my mission, uh, you'd have to wait at least an hour between sessions, I think it was, or at least an hour. And I remember when the people would finish one session, they'd hurry and get changed and get around to get to the next session, or else they'd miss it. They'd have to wait for the next hour or something without doing what they wanted, they came there to do. And of course, now it's about 20 minutes, I think. Actually, I'm pretty sure it was longer than an hour, but I just remember that it was almost like they couldn't stop and relax for a second and enjoy the spirit of it because they want to get the work done. Um, and if they missed one time, then they would miss it for a, a, a substantial amount of time rather than thinking, oh, I've got it, I'll just catch the next session. So it's much more improved and a lot more being done in the temples and in the London temple. Anyway, just thought I'd throw that in there. Let's continue with what we have. We're right in the middle of basically uh, what was commanded them uh, in 88, was it? Um, he's basically quoting what they were given earlier, but in context of dedicating the temple, that all thy incomings of thy people into this house may be in the name of the Lord, that all their outgoings from this house may be in the name of the Lord, that all their salutations may be in the name of the Lord, with holy hands uplifted to the Most High, and that no unclean thing shall be permitted to come into the house to pollute it. Um, sorry. And when thy people transgress any of them, they may speedily repent and return to thee, and find favor in thy sight, and be restored to the blessings which thou hast ordained to be poured out upon those who shall reverence thee in thy house. And we ask thee, Holy Father, that thy servants may go forth from this house armed with thy power, that thy name may be upon them, and thy glory be round about them, and thine angels have charge over them. What a beautiful promise or desire and blessing that um, that they may have this power to be able to do those things that they need to do. And I think that was fulfilled um, quite strongly, and I think it is in other temples as well. And from this place they may bear exceedingly great and glorious tidings in truth unto the ends of the earth, that they may know that this is thy work, that thou hast put forth thy hand to fulfill that which thou hast spoken by the mouths of the prophets concerning the last days. And notice it says, they may bear exceeding glorious tidings in truth unto the ends of the earth. And I just put one of the dedicatory prayers actually to, um, which was on the Magna Carta. It is fitting that we express appreciation of the signing of the Magna Carta in the county of Surrey, the same county in which we meet today, wherein the promise is given that no free man shall be taken or imprisoned or seized or outlawed or exiled without proper trial by his peers or by the law of the land. And it is in also the 92, we recognize that it was at Runnymede in this county of Surrey in the year 1215 that the Magna Carta was signed, establishing principles in behalf of freedom and dignity of man through all of the centuries that have followed. These rights have been preserved, implemented, and enlarged. These principles, divine in their origin, made possible the restoration of the gospel of Jesus Christ through thy chosen servant, Joseph Smith, the prophet Joseph Smith. And that was 1992. So you see that was important, especially in that um, specific area of where the London Temple was built in Lingfield. Um, and that it was put in both of them. And the reason why is because it helped in the restoration. Oh, I don't like when it does that because it sometimes jumps. Okay, there we are. Um, we ask thee, Holy Father, to establish a people that shall worship and honorably hold a name and standing in this thy house to all generations for eternity. Again, we've got, on this occasion, we thank thee particularly for Elijah that has come with those keys pertaining to the redemption of the dead. We are thankful that he has planted in the hearts of the children the promises made to the fathers, and that the hearts of the children are turning to their fathers. We are grateful. That is, we are grateful that this thy holy house has been restored and made even more beautiful, that thy faithful saints may enter and receive the ordinances to be administered therein. And now, that no weapon formed against thee shall prosper. He who diggeth a pit for them shall fall into the same himself. and no combination of wickedness shall have power to rise up and prevail over thy people, upon whom thy name shall be into put in this house. And if any people, actually, what was this one? That no combination of wickedness and power shall raise up and prevail over thy people. And it does seem, we know through history that they are driven out, but none of them prevailed, really, if you think about it. It may seem like they did, but the Lord just led them somewhere else, and they still did a wonderful thing through, and now it's a worldwide religion. Um, our beloved Father, wilt thou bless thy faithful people in this island nation and throughout the world? Smile upon them with favor and open the windows of heaven and shower down blessings upon them as they walk in faithfulness. That, I think, is a beautiful way that they're saying, um, how the windows of heaven can open up, and um, I just thought I'd put that in there almost as a positive to the negative of the combination of wickedness. And if thy people shall rise again, if any people shall rise against this people, thine anger be kindled against them. And if they shall smite this people, thou wilt smite them. Thou wilt fight for thy people, as thou didst in the day of, um, thou wilt fight for thy people as thou didst in the day of battle, that they may be delivered from the hands of their enemies. We ask thee, Holy Father, to confound and astonish and to bring to shame and confusion all those who have spread lying reports abroad over the world against thy servant or servants, if they will not repent when the everlasting gospel be, shall be proclaimed in their ears, and that their works may be brought to naught and be swept away by the hail and by the judgments which thou wilt send upon thine anger. I can't read today. Sorry about this. Send upon them in thine anger, that there may be an end of lyings and slanders against thy people. For thou knowest, O Lord, thy servants have been innocent before thee in bearing record of thy name, for which they have suffered these things. Therefore we plead before thee for a full and complete deliverance from under this yoke. And I believe that they did um, get that full and complete deliverance, but they did have to still move a few times after this until they get to the Salt Lake Valley. And even then, they had some difficulties, but all of it's overcome. All of it. Just like it's asked here. And I hope we see that sometimes we are in the middle of something that's very difficult. We see where there's still attacks on churches. The man who just this last weekend attacked a congregation and shooting and setting a chapel on fire. Um, we still have people who try to do something. I don't know what they're doing because I only see the church going from strength to strength here. Um, and nothing seems to be able to stop it. However, the worst thing is when people who once were part of the church decide to fight against it. And that is the hardest part, even back then and even now. So I hope that you gain something and understand the blessings that the temple brings in protection as well. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow.